Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. Today, we're going to be diving into,
Oh, this is a fun one. Yeah.
we're diving into a story concept called Cross Paths.
Okay.
Um, and it's a potential short film or like a narrative.
Mm.
And it revolves around a relationship.
All right. I'm intrigued.
Yeah, so we've got like our two main characters.
Okay.
We've got Ian,
Mm-hmm.
who's like this reserved artist.
Okay.
You know, he's very much into like the quiet moments and peace and all that.
Makes sense.
And then we have Zara, who is like this spirited journalist.
Oh, so like total opposites.
Yes, complete opposites.
Totally get it. Yeah.
Constantly chasing the next big story.
Yeah. So
So,
how do we make this work?
right. How do we take these two completely different people
Yeah.
and create a relationship that feels authentic and compelling?
Well, I think it starts with, it's easy to fall into those like classic rom-com tropes,
Right.
but to make it really sing, to make it really special, we need to understand like the why.
Oh, I like that.
Why does Ian choose art as like his expression?
Mm-hmm.
What is it about Zara that makes her so ambitious? Like,
Right.
what drives her?
Yeah, what's her motivation?
Exactly. We get those answers, and then boom, their connection becomes believable.
I love it. So let's jump right in.
Okay.
Act 1, Scene 1.
Classic.
We have our meet cute, and it takes place in
Let me guess.
you guessed it, a crowded coffee shop.
Had to be.
Spilled coffee, ruined notes, a peek into Ian's sketchbook.
Okay, so it's a familiar setup, but how do we make it really stand out?
Well, that's what I'm curious about. How do we use this scene to establish a genuine connection,
Yeah.
beyond just the awkwardness of bumping into each other?
Well, I think this is where we really lean into the visual storytelling.
Oh, okay.
Imagine this. Zara's in the middle of this whole spilled latte chaos,
Mm-hmm.
right? But then she sees Ian's sketchbook,
Yeah.
and she's just completely captivated. Like the
That-
camera zooms in on her eyes, and you can see this like hidden artistic yearning, beneath this like journalist exterior.
That's great.
Yeah, it's subtle, but it foreshadows that deeper connection.
It plants that seed.
Exactly.
I love that. And then
Okay.
we're treated to these contrasting montages
Oh, yeah.
of Ian lost in his quiet world of art. Brushes, paints, the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then Zara in this bustling, frenetic energy in the newsroom.
It's all about contrast.
Visually, it's
Mhm.
just, it's going to be stunning.
Think about the editing, too.
Okay.
For Zara, it's all fast cuts, jumpy camera work,
Yeah.
mirroring that fast-paced life she leads, maybe even hinting at the pressure she's under, always on deadline. And then we cut to Ian,
Yes.
and everything just slows down.
Right.
These long, lingering shots highlighting like the details of his artwork, his peaceful surroundings.
Mhm.
It's a way to like visually represent their inner worlds,
Wow.
even before they even fully connect.
I love that. All right. So Act 2 kicks off with an art exhibition showcasing Ian's work.
Right.
And Zara's reaction
Oh, this is interesting.
is fascinating.
I'm ready.
She's clearly impressed by his art,
Mm-hmm.
but there's also this like flicker of insecurity.
Ooh, why is that?
What's going on there?
I think it's deeper than just insecurity.
Okay.
I think it's about societal expectations,
Hmm?
Maybe she sees Ian's freedom of expression, how he's just doing his own thing.
Yeah.
And she feels this pang of longing for a different path.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, she's thriving in a very traditionally male-dominated field,
Yeah.
constantly having to prove herself.
Yeah, she's got to work twice as hard.
Exactly. And maybe seeing Ian's success triggers this subconscious questioning
Interesting.
of her own choices.
Yeah, like maybe she's wondering if she made the right choices.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, to contrast that, we see Ian at a bustling newsroom event,
Uh-oh.
and he's completely out of his element.
I bet.
Yeah, feeling very much out of place.
They both have these moments of vulnerability. Yes.
In each other's worlds.
I think that's so important for their bond.
Yeah, I agree.
To see that Zara, this seemingly confident journalist,
Mm-hmm.
she's actually dealing with societal pressures.
Yeah.
And maybe even like a touch of envy.
It makes her human.
Exactly.
And Ian, who appears so content in his own little world,
right.
he might actually be grappling with, like, the pressures of the art world.
To be successful.
Yeah, make it,
Yeah.
So by showing these hidden sides,
Yes.
their connection goes beyond just surface-level attraction.
It deepens it, yeah. But then, of course, we have their contrasting personalities.
Oh, here we go.
which lead to some conflict.
Oh.
Zara's pushing Ayan to be more ambitious,
Mm-hmm.
and he's encouraging her to slow down, to appreciate the moment.
The classic clash of values.
Right, but how do we avoid making it feel cliche?
We got to dig deeper, right?
Okay.
Let's say Zara's ambition, it comes from this deep-seated need to prove herself,
Okay.
not just professionally, but personally.
Maybe there's some backstory there.
Mm-hmm.
Family expectations, past experiences, something that fuels that drive.
Yeah.
And Ayan's appreciation for simplicity, maybe it's like a form of rebellion against a world that's constantly demanding more, more, more.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so when we ground their conflict in those individual backstories,
Yeah.
it becomes more than just personality traits.
That's a clash of core beliefs.
Exactly.
I love it. So then things escalate. And
Oh,
we have this big argument scene
oh boy.
where they finally just lay it all out there.
This is the climax.
Yeah.
This is where it all comes to a head.
And it's not just about, Zara wanting Ayan to be more ambitious.
Right.
Or Ayan wanting Zara to live in the moment.
It's bigger than that.
It's about their values.
Yes.
How those values shape their perspectives on life, on success, happiness.
Those fundamental differences.
Yeah. And then, even when they're apart,
Okay.
they can't seem to shake each other's influence.
Yeah.
Like Ayan starts incorporating Zara's vibrant energy
Oh, wow.
into his art.
Okay.
And she's writing an article that's inspired by his philosophy of slowing down.
That's beautiful.
It's like this subconscious connection.
Yeah, and it shows how they've grown.
Yes.
Ayan, through his art, starts to see the beauty in Zara's world,
Yeah.
right? He's not trying to change her. He's expanding his own perspective.
Mhm.
And Zara, by incorporating Ayan's philosophy into her writing, she's showing a willingness to embrace a different way of thinking.
Oh, I love that. And then we have the grand gestures.
Hit me.
So Ayan paints this breathtaking mural
Wow.
that captures Zara's essence.
Okay.
And she dedicates her published article to him.
These aren't just romantic gestures.
Right.
They're declarations of growth.
Yes.
They've both taken something from the other person,
Mhm.
integrated it into themselves, and expressed it in their own way.
Yeah.
It's a testament to the power of a relationship that challenges you to grow,
Mm-hmm.
even if it's messy and complicated.
And then the final image
Okay, I'm ready.
of them walking hand in hand
Oh,
is just perfect.
yeah.
Their paths have crossed, intertwined.
Very.
Now they're moving forward together.
It's a happy ending,
It is a beautiful ending.
but it also makes me think, it poses a question to you, dear listener.
Okay.
Are differences always something to celebrate? Can love really conquer all?
That's a great question.
Or are there times when those differences become too big,
Right.
too much to overcome?
Yeah.
Think about your own relationships, your own experiences.
Yeah.
Sometimes the most important part of the journey isn't about the destination.
Mm.
It's about what we learn along the way.
That's a really powerful thought. Relationships really are this intricate dance
Yeah,
between individuality and compatibility.
absolutely.
And maybe exploring those complexities is where the real story lies.
Maybe that's the deep dive.
Until next time, keep diving deep.